stay the fuck away from the bars, for fuck's sake. You're not going to get very many deals at the bar. You're not. Some people have, I feel like that's a low conversion ratio thing. Because the majority of people at bars, what are they doing? They're drinking. And they want to converse with you. So when they're conversing with you, essentially what you're doing is two drunk motherfuckers is telling each other what each other wants to hear. Are you really making a connection by doing that? Or are you just two drunk motherfuckers telling each other what you want to hear? I've been there and I've done that. And it's nothing. There's way better ways to make connections with people and make money. Go out on the golf course. You like golf? Go there. You like Top Golf? Go there.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The cameras.
Yeah. So the last podcast we did, I watched it. And I watched kind of my mannerisms, and I looked as though I was a little bit uncomfortable. And I was, to be fair, I was uncomfortable. But that was just all stomach pain. So what it did was, it like radiated from like right in here. It started the night before. It was all right in here, up top, and a little bit kind of down in the midsection. And then it just kind of circled around and like just hung out right here. And me being a hypochondriac, you know, my wife was like, you know, you're probably having period pains and shit, like just, you know, joshing me back and forth. Fine, I don't care. Like, I didn't take that personally because I thought that I was there for really no reason too. I'm like, it's just some stomach bullshit. Well, it turned out that it was acute appendicitis, and because, and I don't know if this is true, but the nurses and all the staff, the doctors and everybody else, because I treated them very nicely and I was understanding that they're really busy and so on and so forth. They were so fucking nice to me that when I left the ER room, they were actually disappointed because they told me that I was the nicest patient that they had that night. Everybody else was just in a shitty mood and just being really rude to them because of how busy they were. And it's like, there's people in here that are worse off than me. There's people in here that are worse off than you, and you want to be a jerk because you had to sit in the waiting room for 6 hours? I mean, you and I sat there together. It isn't that big of a deal. We shot the shit. We had fun.
We almost left.
We did talk shit about leaving. Yes, we did. I'm not going to lie, we did. But none of us did. Even that guy. He didn't.
Waffle House.
Yeah, the guy, he didn't leave. Yeah, Waffle House. Bro, we still got to do that. But even the guy who had been there the week prior or whatever, he did not leave. Because after I got wheeled in, I saw him maybe 15 minutes later get wheeled in almost directly across from him.
Yep.
So, and who knows what happened to him, but they took my fucking appendix out. And it didn't really hurt that bad. Now what was crazy was when she did the test, when the doctor came in and did the test and she's pushing all over my abdomen, like there was a little bit of soreness and pain or whatever. But it wasn't until she pushed right on that spot that I felt actual pain. That was like the actual pain that I felt. And she asked me a question, and maybe you can correct me because I don't know, but I believe she said, did it hurt more when I pushed or when I lifted up? And I said both. Because as she pushed and released, like there was a pain when she pushed, and when she let go, there was a pain. I don't know how to describe that pain, but it wasn't comfortable. So I think right at that moment she knew. And then when they did the CT scan, when they did that at what, like 11 something.
It's after 11.
Was it after 11 they came and got me for that? And after the CT scan, we were trying to watch a movie or something, and I know I fell asleep for a few minutes. I don't know how long it was, but didn't feel like it was very long. She comes in, And that's when she's like, what'd she say? I got good and bad news or
Yeah,
something?
good news and bad news.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was like coming out of it, like, just fucking tell me, I guess. And, God, I don't even remember exactly what she said.
She said the good news is we know what's wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't remember all that.
And the bad news is you got acute appendicitis.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. No, I see. I don't remember all that, and that was wild because I had a feeling being there for that long that something was wrong. Something was wrong, and then when my blood count, whatever it was off, indicating that I was fighting an infection, I had known then that something was off. So thankfully it was just an appendix, and the surgery was relatively easy. They came in about 5:30 in the morning and wheeled me down, and I'm making jokes like the whole time. And could I tell you exactly what they were? No. Took some stupid selfie of myself down or up wherever the fuck I had to go, and they wheeled me in, and they were like, well, are you in pain to lift yourself up? I'm like, no. So I lifted myself from the bed I was on onto the surgery table, and they said, here, we're gonna give you some oxygen. You don't have to lie to an adult. Like, we're gonna put you to sleep now. That's all you had to say. And so I fucking, I'm not fucking 12, you know? So I put the fucking mask on, and I'm talking. I don't even know what gibberish I'm talking at this point, but fucking next thing I remember, I'm awake in the recovery room, and the charge nurse, he was cool as fuck. I don't know, like him and I were like cussing back and forth at each other, but not in a negative way. So he must have just read my body language or something, because we instantaneously just started talking shit about all kinds of shit. It was pretty cool. So, and I was fucking home by 9 a.m.
How you feeling now?
Feel a lot better. Disappointed a little bit frustrated that I can't go to the gym, because I've been making such good progress. But I understand recovery. I'm not interested in getting a hernia, so, because that would suck. That would probably require another surgery. And I didn't like that surgery, man. The 2 days after the surgery, it was like all this gas that they pump into you. And I would stand up. I remember the first cup of coffee I had, I went out back, like I was trying to walk around, walk around and be somewhat active, because I've heard that if you are active after your surgery, recovery is easier. So I tried to do as much walking around as I could, no lifting of shit, obviously, but went out, sat outside to have a cup of coffee, took another stupid photo of myself, and then I posted it on Facebook so people could see that, hey, look, I'm alive. I didn't want to terrify everybody. And I didn't want to tell everybody prior to, in case it was nothing. Have everybody worried for no reason. I don't like that. So, that gas pain, fucking wow. You stand up and it literally goes from here all the way up into your freaking shoulders, and all you feel is pressure. It causes you to have labored breathing. It feels like you're getting stabbed in places that, it's weird. I don't recommend it unless you have to get it. But no, better. Absolutely better. If anybody has to get an appendix out at 40 years old, apparently that's something that happens when you're younger, I guess. At least that's what I've heard like twice today. The gas pain was the worst. That nitrous oxide or whatever the fuck they pump into you, that's terrible. So the previous lending experience helps me because I know when to stay the fuck out of the way. Also know when a lender's bullshitting me. Because lenders will make excuses. They'll blame the fucking appraiser. It's always something, and it's never the fucking lender. Sometimes it is. That's why I use who I use, because I don't have to hear excuses. I don't hear the excuses. I use Rich because if there's a problem, he tells me what the problem is, He doesn't say, oh, the appraiser fucked me. Or, oh, the underwriters are fucking me. Or, oh, whoever the fuck is fucking you tomorrow. They're not making excuses. If they fuck up, they say it. And usually, the cool thing about Rich over the years that I've always loved is he'll call me and say, hey, we have a problem. But when he calls me and says we have a problem, he's usually already got the solution. So he's not calling me with bullshit to freak me out, to freak my client out. I don't have to babysit him. I can focus on other shit. And that's important. So I understand the terminology as well. Not to the degree that everybody does nowadays. I couldn't tell you, and this is going to sound stupid because I'm sure that a lot of my other peers in this business understand what a basis point is. I don't remember what all that shit means, and I don't care to. So when a lender says I make X amount of bips on this and on that, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I don't. If you make extra on it, great. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Break it down into percentages like I use. If you make a quarter of a basis point, is that like me making 1/4% on a deal? If so, then great. And maybe it is, and I have it right, and I just didn't realize it. But it helps because when people freak out about the lending process, it's no different today in some sense of the community. When I was a lender, the underwriters and processors would ask for the same shit like 2, 3, 4 times, and it would drive the buyer crazy. Well, when I bought my house back in 2010, I think it was, the same thing happened to me, and my lender asked for the same shit over and over again. And it drove me fucking crazy. I wanted to give up, like, fuck it, I've already given it to you 5 times, I'm not giving it to you again, fuck it, I don't want the house. So I understand that from all these different places, not just from buying houses, but selling houses, losing houses to foreclosure, and being on the lender side of things, understanding how to structure a loan, how to shop a loan, and how to explain a loan to somebody. It kind of helps me help the lender calm the client. Because a lot of times lenders will speak in terms that clients don't understand. And who do they have the better relationship with? The realtor, usually. We're the good guys. Lenders are always the bad guys. So that was another reason I got out, was because I got tired of always being the fucking asshole. If a deal didn't go the way that a buyer or somebody refinancing wanted it to go, you became the fucking piece of shit and they were the victim. Even if you did your job the way you're supposed to do it as the lender, they blamed you for it because nobody likes to take accountability for their actions. So I don't even know if this is answering your question, but the bottom line is I understand the terminology to a degree well enough to get out of somebody else's way, but also to help keep a buyer kind of calm down when there's no need to really get into panic mode. So, well, the state of Colorado is beautiful, period. It's a beautiful place to live. Unfortunately, I cannot go into neighborhoods, subdivisions, areas, things of that nature, because as an agent, we cannot stigmatize areas, properties, etc., because that can affect our license adversely. So, can't tell you that, but you could do your own research. And if somebody was looking to move to Colorado for job opportunities, there's a lot of them here, or there was. I can't sit here and say that I've followed all of the developments that have happened, but I've watched massive companies come and go. HP was one of them years ago. And my understanding of why HP left here and went to, was it New Mexico or Arizona? I'm sure I could do a quick Google search, but part of the reason that they left was because the tax break that Colorado was giving them was no longer there. So when a lot of these companies come into town, apparently there's these tax breaks that are negotiated with these corporations to come here, hire X amount of people, And maybe they stay, maybe they don't. But my understanding is some of these larger corporations leave after the tax breaks that the state is giving run out. So, but beautiful state. I mean, you look out and see Pikes Peak. Who doesn't want to see that? You know, you do have fishing spots up here. There's all kinds of different reservoirs. It's not the same as being on the ocean. It's not the same as being at the lake. I mean, Pueblo Reservoir, fucking sucks, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I've never really been up to 11 Mile and some of the other really beautiful spots that some of my friends have been to, so I can't really speak on that, but I'll go down to Pueblo Reservoir every now and again just to do something, I guess.
Yeah.
But move to Colorado, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I don't even know if I want to say this out loud on anything, but I get a lot of friends that'll call me up and say, fuck man, how's the weather out there? And I'll look around like, motherfucker, it's like 55 and sunny. But the snow is dumping in the fucking mountains. So what they see on their news, wherever they live, is that Colorado's getting fucking hammered when we're not. It's kind of funny. So as much as I want more people here, I don't as well. It's kind of selfish of me, but it is a beautiful state, and there's a lot of outdoor recreation that we can do. Garden of the Gods is beautiful. Pikes Peak, if you've ever driven up there, is beautiful. Get a donut up there. They're good in a weird way. I don't know how to tell you what they taste like, but they're good. From what I understand, there's amazing fishing, tons of hiking. Let's see, what else is there? Apparently there's a lot of like abandoned older cities and stuff like there, almost like ruins out here that I would actually like to go visit. I want to go visit Bishop's Castle. Haven't done that yet. If you are into geology at all, what is is that up 24 that, oh God. Of course I can't think of it now, I just fucking drove past it. Where they do the lantern, the guided lantern tours. They have the pterodactyl ride where you swing down over the canyon. Can't think of the name of it, but you go inside the Cave of the Winds.
Oh,
Jesus fuck, I had to really reverse engineer that just now. So you got some Cave of the Winds. So you can kind of see a few things that might entice you to want to be here. Manitou Springs is kind of cool.
Hot Springs, yeah.
Hot Springs, all kinds of shit. I mean, tons of skiing. So, lots of stuff to do. First one, on the buy side, Bill Murray.
Okay.
Bill fucking Murray, man. Because I've seen documentaries and like rare footage that'll get leaked out. I'm sure we could YouTube it, but apparently he's just like a normal guy. And I've always thought he was funny as fuck, very dry humory funny too. And even in the older movies where he was just kind of off the wall funny, I think he's funnier now in his older years with the dry humor. And he just seems like a really down-to-earth person. I think he would be fun to work with, and I don't think he'd be a dick about it, and he has money. So that's why I'd pick Bill Murray. So on the sell side of things, out of anybody,
That's a good question.
it is a good question.
Great question.
No, it is actually a really good
Very
question
good.
because, every one of my clients that I've worked for on the sell side have been great. But if it had to be anybody, like somebody that you really wanted to meet, maybe in person for whatever reason,
Sell their house.
yeah. I think so. I have Bill Murray covered on the buy side. Part of me wants to say Dave Chappelle just because I want to meet the motherfucker, I think that would be fucking awesome. But I feel like he would fuck with me the whole time, and like at the very end just pull the deal because he'll never leave fucking Ohio. So I don't think I'd want to work for him, but it'd be fucking cool to hang out with him. So I think he's a Ohio native forever, but there's gotta be somebody fucking cool. Actually, Dr. Mikio Kaku, theoretical physicist.
What?
Yeah.
Explain.
The motherfucker's a genius.
Yeah.
Talking about string theory, parallel universes, things of that nature. That would be one cool motherfucker to sit down with and sell a house. And the reason that I say him is because he's going to focus on detail of his house, I bet. I bet his fucking house is pristine. Don't have to stage it. Don't have to do anything like that. And selling it would be a high profile sale. And I'd get to meet really cool other smart fucking people. That's why.
Cool.
And I have some of his books. And I'd have to bring up his book and say, what the fuck did you mean when you said this, and this? Because I have to have a fucking thesaurus out to read his book. Because I don't know what he's talking about half the time.
Nice.
But it's awesome.
Alright, cool.
Sorry, thanks for the fucking question.
No, it's all good.
Fucking made me have to think like really hard for that.
So,
You cannot really improve as an agent, in my opinion, without just getting out there and doing it, and utilizing what you are good at to get better. So if you're good at talking with people, meeting people, going out, whatever, that the only way you can get better at doing something is by doing it. So yeah, you can make phone calls. Yeah, you could door knock. Yeah, you could do all of the things that the trainers tell you to do. And you could role play. You know the worst thing about role playing is? It's embarrassing. It's weird. Have you ever role played with anybody? It's fucking weird. There's only one role play that I want to do, and it's not fucking with an agent talking about selling a house. You know? I can think of, yeah, role playing, not for that. Something else, X-rated. Get the fuck out of here with the other shit. But no, I mean, you have to really find what you are. First of all, I would say find something you're comfortable doing. Find something you're comfortable doing. Whether that's door knocking, making phone calls. Stay the fuck away from the bars, for fuck's sake. You're not going to get very many deals at the bar. You're not. Some people have, I feel like that's a low conversion ratio thing. Because the majority of people at bars, what are they doing? They're drinking. And they want to converse with you. So when they're conversing with you, essentially what you're doing is two drunk motherfuckers is telling each other what each other wants to hear. Are you really making a connection by doing that? Or are you just two drunk motherfuckers telling each other what you want to hear? I've been there and I've done that. And it's nothing. There's way better ways to make connections with people and make money. Go out on the golf course. You like golf? Go there. You like Top Golf? Go there. But just meet people. Everybody will say hit your sphere, your friends, family, shit like that. I've always hated that. I think that's really a fast track out of the business. Ask any agent that's worked with friends or family, like close friends and family. They expect the world of you. They fucking expect the world, and they hammer the fuck out of you. You want to stress yourself out? Go work for your fucking family. Go work for them. Because they expect you to be superhuman. And when shit doesn't go right, that's your fucking family. Or your friends. They're gonna hammer you. And they're gonna talk shit to you because they're comfortable with you. That's not a fun place to be. It's a very stressful place to be. Yes, I've done it. Do they talk shit to me? No. But I've had agents where that's happened. And I feel for them. Stay the fuck away from your sphere. Unless that's the only option you have, I would fucking run from that shit. Or wait till you're a little bit more experienced and you can handle the stressors of that. Because that's not fun. I've never had fun working for a family. And I've worked for lots of close friends and referrals and stuff like that. And that stress is there too. There's different levels of stress when working with clients. A brand new client who knows nothing about you, you know nothing about them, you're learning each other as you go, the trust is being built, and you get to the end and everything's great. But when it's a referral from a friend of yours or somebody that you've closed before, you almost feel a heightened sense of pressure to perform. Because now you're representing that person that referred you to. So it's almost like you owe them something. Like, I did a really fucking good job for you, Jesus. Now I gotta do a really fucking good job for you. Otherwise, I make you look bad along with myself. And that's a difficult place to be. I embrace it, but it's difficult. So, my way is gonna be different than others. Some people may just be like, fuck that. Hit the friends and family, and who gives a shit about the stress? Fine, go ahead. I mean, I think there's a book about that, or several books, if not several hundred real estate books that say hit your sphere of influence first. Get all your friends, all your family, and just hammer them, and pay your massive fees to the company that you work at. Because you just hit your friends and family, when all that company did was take all the money away from all your hard work and from your friends and family. So, maybe it's some fucking scheme. But, no, just find something you're good at. Find something you're good at, find something you're comfortable with. I don't care if it's going to the bowling alley. I don't give a shit if it's just walking down the street. I don't care if it's walking your fucking dog. Just find something you're good at. Or that you like to do. Hawaii, hands down.
Okay.
And most people that are going to Hawaii, they have specific reasons that they want to go, but it's usually to like vacation, go on the beach, see certain things. I want to go to Hawaii, first of all, because my mother was born there. So she, to my knowledge, I don't think I have this wrong, but this is the way that I've always understood it, and I'm going to run with it. My mother's name was Lonnie, named after the island of Lanai. So I would love to go there. My mother died when I was 3, so I have to visit there. Now when I go visit there, yes, I'm gonna visit the beaches and I'm gonna see some of the sights, but I wanna go explore a fucking active volcano, man. That's what I wanna go do.
So you're a Hawaiian Viking?
Fuck it. Yeah, Hawaiian Viking, you know? But my mother was born there while my grandfather was stationed at Pearl Harbor. So, and again, these are stories that I was told when I was young, so I hope I'm not fucking them up, because that would be really shitty if I just had this timeline of fucked up shit that I got wrong. It'd be weird, right? Like, hey, wait, somebody's seeing this. Like, if my dad ends up watching this shit, I'm sure he doesn't. Like, he probably doesn't fucking care to see me talking and shit. But he, could you imagine if Pops called me up afterwards and been like, your chain of events is fucking off, dude.
What about Finland?
Finland? Oh yeah, absolutely Finland. But you said one place, right? Was that the question?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just wanted to make sure I was clarifying there. And the reason that Hawaii is tops on the list is because my mother did pass away when I was 3, and I have to go see where she was born. Something I have to do. Finland is the native land where my family is from. That half of my family is from. So I think my dad is 75 or 100% Finnish, if I'm not mistaken. I'm 52% Finnish. So yeah, I think Finland is absolutely on the list of places to go, and it's also apparently rated one of the happiest countries in the world. And there's actually I think you can Google this. There is actually a country that uses gross national happiness as their indicator for how great they are. You think I'm fucking with you?
Gross national.
Gross national happiness. Look that shit up. What's the name of the country? You thought I was fucking with you.
There. It's a real place.
It's a real fucking place. They pride themselves on being happy.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about that a few times. And it's actually, this is going to sound silly, but it's almost terrifying to think about because I'm so established here that the idea of restarting what I've done here, and I'm not saying what I've done here is just so great that, uprooting, I could fade into obscurity, nobody'd give a fuck, right?
Anywhere, any country.
Yeah. I would probably,
Japan. Just kidding.
that's where my daughter would go. My daughter would love to go to Japan because she fucking loves anime. So if I said that, she'd be fucking ecstatic probably. But I don't really have a desire to go to Japan. Fucking the Philippines, man. Let's go to the Philippines. Let's go to the fucking Philippines, I love Manny Pacquiao. I love the culture down there. Apparently they have decent food. And there's a bunch of fucking islands for sale, right? Think I could afford one if I do well enough? I mean, shit, I could have my own private island, peace and quiet for motherfuckers, maybe. Then I could fade into obscurity.
Okay.
People have short attention spans and short memories, so they'd be like, I wonder what happened to that Larry guy. I'd be like, fuck, I don't know. What are you doing later? That's what people do, bro. Fucking people forget shit so quickly, it's not even funny.
Cool.
Doesn't matter what you do. So, fucking alive and feel good. I'm not uncomfortable and in pain like I was. And so it's a blessing that it was caught, and hopefully I'm able to continue doing things like this, and some of the messages resonate. Hopefully it helps people. Hopefully it gives people ideas. I don't expect to have the next great Joe Rogan podcast out there that just pops off and everybody wants to fucking hear what's on Larry's mind. Be cool, but I doubt it. So, and maybe one day it fucking happens and I look back at this episode and I'm like, stupid fuck. Look at what happened, So, in the fucking Philippines on my own fucking island, flying people down to do the podcasts and stuff like that. That'd be dope.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.